day, everyone. You are welcome to another mathematics class. Remember, we are looking at variation. We look at the types of variation. We have 4 types. So today we shall look at the 4th type, which is partial variation. So we say partial variation is expressed as the sum of 2 or more parts. The number of constants depend on the variable involved. The values of the constant can be obtained separately by using simultaneous equation. So when variation is expressed as a sum of 2 or more parts, we say it is what? Partial variation. So I talked about obtaining the constant through simultaneous equation. Of course, we know that of simultaneous equation. You can use either the elimination method or you can use the substitution method to get the constant. So let's look at example of this type of variation. If y varies partly directly as x and partly directly as the square of v, then we can write it as, see how we write it now, y is equals to ax plus bv. Now a and b, they are the constant we are talking about. Remember I told you have 2 constants, which is either a or b, or you can use any other variable of your choice. But remember, make sure you always write it. Like this one that I'm using a and b, I will now write where a and b are the constant. So they are the constant of proportionality. Let's look at examples. The first example on the board, we have p varies partly as q and partly as q squared. I believe you know that q and q squared, they are not the same thing. They are different things altogether. So when p is equals to 334 and q is equals to 2, and when p is equals to 190 and q is equals to 5, find p when q is 10. So in this case, you have to find the value of the constant. Let's find the value of the constant. Then you now find the relationship that connects this variable p, q, and q squared before you can now proceed with the other or any other question. So let's take the solution. So remember, just like the example here, we see p is equals to partly as q. Let's write our constant. Let's use a and b as our constant. So we have aq, then plus bq squared. So this is how we write this type of variation. So you can see we have 2 of them. So we get a simultaneous equation. So the first part of it, p here is 34 and q is 2. So we have 2a. Then plus the q is still 2, but here now we have square. So we have 2 square b. And what is 2 square is what? 4. So let me just write 4b. So we can name it equation 1. Then the second part of it, our p is 190 is equals to q is 5. So we have 5a plus the second q, which is 5, 2. But remember it's squared. So I have 5 square b. So what is 5 square is what? 25. That is 5 times 5, 25. This is our equation 2. So we have a simultaneous equation. So as I was saying, you can use substitution method, you can use elimination method. Whichever one is still okay, as far as it's not specified. So let's use substitution method here to get our constant a and b. So from equation 1, Let's make A the subject of the equation or formula. So this way it will also help you to recall your change of subject formula. So let's make A here. So we have 34 is equals to 2A plus 4B. So I want to make A here the subject. So I'm going to either subtract 4B from both sides. We can make it like that. So it will give us 34 minus 4B is equals to 2A. So you're looking for A. We divide both sides by 2. So therefore, A is equals to 34 minus 4B all over 2. We can also name it equation 3. So that when we want to find the value of A, we can just substitute it there. Let's substitute for A in equation 2. So we say our A is equals to 34 minus 4B over 2. And now our equation, I say substitute for A in equation 2. So wherever we see A in equation 2, we write 34 minus 4B over 2. So equation 2 is 190 is equals to 5. Now we have A. We are going to write 34 minus 4B all over 2. Then plus 25B. So we can expand the bracket. Oh, yes, let's expand the bracket and see. In expanding the bracket, we have 190 is equals to 5 times 34. Let's expand it. 5 times 4 here is 20. 5 times 3 is 15. Plus 2 is 17. Then minus 5 times 4 is 20b all over 2 plus 25b. We still have a fraction, so we need to clear the fraction. So we multiply each term by 2. Each term by 2. So we are going to say 2 times 190 is equals to 2 times 170 minus 20b all over 2 plus 2 times 25, 25b. So if we multiply this one, 2 times 0 is 0, 2 times 9 is 8, carry 1, 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1, 3, equals to, these 2 will cancel, so we are left with 170 minus 20b plus 2 times 25b will give us 50b. So this is what we have. So we can now collect our like terms. So we have 380 minus 170 is equals to minus 20b plus 50b. So we can join them together. Minus 20b plus 50b will give us 30b. So here we have 30b. Then when you subtract this one, you're going to get 210. So this is what we have. That is 380 minus 170. You get 210. So remember, we are looking for B. We divide through by 30. So 30 can go into 30, and our B will be equals to 3. This 0 can cancel, and 3 into 21 is 7. So our B is 7. One of the constants is 7. So let's find the second constant, which is A. So we are going to substitute for B in equation 3. Remember, we made A the subject of the formula, and that gave us equation 3. So we substitute for B there. So wherever we see B, we write 7. So we have A is equals to 34 minus 4B. So our B now is 7 divided by 2. So we have A is equals to 34 minus 4 times 7 is 28. So 34 minus 28 divided by 2. 34 minus 28 will give us 6. So A will be equals to 6 over 2. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Therefore, we conclude that our A is equals to 3. So now we've gotten the value of the constant. A is 3 and B is 7.
Start.
Okay, we've calculated the values of the constant, that is A and B. So we are going to substitute them in the equation. Remember, the equation is V is equals to AQ plus BQ squared. So now we have our A to be 3, so we have V is equals to 3Q plus B is 7, so 7Q squared. So this one now is the equation connecting V, Q, and Q squared. So that is the equation connecting them. So it's from this equation connecting this V, Q, and Q squared that we will find the value of V. So the next question, we have to find the value of V when Q is equals to 10. Find the value of V when Q is 10. So we just substitute for Q in the equation connecting V and Q, including the Q squared. So we now have V is equals to 3 into Q, which is 10, plus 7 into Q, which is 10 squared. 3 times 10 is 30, plus, let's take this one first, 10 times 10, that is 10 squared, which is 100. So we have 7 times 100. So 7 times 100 is 700. So we have V is equals to 30 plus 700. 30 plus 700, of course, is what? 730. So that is the value of our V. So that is how you solve a equation that has to do with a partial variation. Remember, you have two constants in partial variation. You can name it anything. As for me here, I'm naming it as A and B. You can give your constant as PQ, XY is still okay. So let's take the second example. Example 2. The cost of hiring a van is partly constant, which means part is constant and partly varies with the time spent. It costs 180 naira for a 2 hours hire and 450 for a 7 hours. A, write an equation connecting the cost X with the time T, which means they're asking us to use X for the cost and T for the time. Then B, find the cost for 10 hours. Find the cost for 10 hours. So let's look at the solution. So let's first of all write the equation. The equation now, remember I'm using X for the cost and I'm using T for the time. So they say that the cost, which is X, is partly constant. So the constant now will be there. Then is partly varies with the time. So now B, BT, partly varies with the time, T. So this is what we have. This is the equation that we have. So let's substitute them, the values of our cost and the time. Okay, let me just write cost. We use S for cost and we use T for time. So let's substitute now. The cost is 180 and the time there is 2 for the first equation. So for the first equation, cost is 180 equals to A plus 2B. This is our equation 1. Then for the second equation, the cost is 450 and the time is 7 hours. So we have 450 is equals to A plus 7 hours, which is the other one. So this is what we have. So we have equation 2. Just like what I said here, we have a simultaneous equation. You can use elimination, you can use substitution. So this one, elimination will be very, very easy for us because we have a particular one that have the same coefficient. That is A. We can easily eliminate A. That is by subtracting. So let's use elimination method in solving this one. The first one, we used substitution method. So let's use the elimination method. Here now, I will say subtract equation 1 from equation 2. Subtract equation 1 from equation 2. So in subtracting, let me put it, 450 is equals to A plus 7B minus 180 is equals to A plus 2B. Let's subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 15 minus 8 is 7. I'm left with 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. Is equals to A minus A is 0 plus 7B minus 2B will give me 5B. So now I have so we have 270 is equals to 5B. Remember, we are looking for B. We divide both sides by 5. 5 cancel. So our B will be equals, let's divide it. 5 into 27 is 5, remainder 2 into 20 is 4. Therefore, the value of our B is 54. That is one of the constants. Then we need to get the second one, which is A. Remember, we are using elimination method. So in this case, you can substitute in any of the equation, either in equation 1 or equation 2. So, which one do we use? Let's use 1. You can try equation 2 to see whether you get the same answer. So in equation 1, let's say substitute for B in equation 1. So our equation 1 is 180 equals to A plus 2B. Now our B is 54. So we have 180 is equals to A plus 2 times 54. So if you multiply 2 times 54, you get 108. So we have 180 is equals to A plus 108. You're looking for A, you collect like terms. So our 180 minus 108 is equals to A. So let's subtract this. If we subtract this one, our answer will be 72. 72 is equals to A, or we can say A is equals to 72. So So now we've gotten the value of our constants, the two constants. A is 54, A is 72, sorry, and B is 54. So now, A, we find the equation connecting the cost t and the time, the cost x and the time t. The equation, so we say the equation connecting x and t. We have x is equals to A, which is 72, plus B, which is 54t. So this is the equation that is connecting the cost and the time. Let's go to the second question. The second question, we find the cost, which is x, when t is 10 hours. That is, the time is 10 hours. So let's find the cost. So we want to find x, which is the cost. From the equation connecting them, we just substitute for the value of the t. T is 10. So let me say find x when t is equals to 10. So from here we say x is equals to 72 plus 54 times 10. So 54 times 10 will give you 540. So we have x is equals to 72 plus 540. So let's add all this together. If you add it together, your x will be 612. So that is the answer. 612 naira, since we are talking about the cost. So we have 612. So with these two examples, I believe we'll be able to solve the assignment that it will be given now. Let's take this assignment, only two. The first one, P varies partly as Q and partly as the square of R. When P is equals to 6, Q is equals to 8, and R is equals to 4. And when P is equals to 10, Q is equals to 12, R is equals to 5. Find A, the formula connecting P, Q, and R. B, the value of P when Q is equals to 15 and R is equals to 25. C, the value of R when Q is equals to 4 and P is equals to 2.5. Question 2. X is partly constant and partly varies with Y. When Y is equals to 5, X is equals to 19. And when Y is equals to 10, X is equals to 34. 1. Find the relationship between X and Y, which is also the same thing as the formula connecting them, or the relationship, or the equation connecting them. 2. Find X when Y is equals to 7. So solve it. If you have any problem, any question, you can just WhatsApp me in this number 08164765066.